Hey buddy, what's up?
I just watched that movie Dune. Everybody likes it, but I don't understand it.
Well, what didn't you understand?
I don't know. It was weird. A lot of weird stuff. Timmy Chalamet's always falling asleep and seeing stuff.
Those were dreams.
No, dreams are when you run for a really long time and you never catch the rabbit.
So would you like me to explain Dune to you?
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
Don't worry, I got this. So Dune is this masterpiece sci-fi novel series that went on to pretty much inspire every writer who ever read it. Remember Star Wars?
Uh-huh.
Well, George Lucas lifted heavily from Dune. You've got the desert planet, desert monster, galactic empire, this line.
We'll be sent to the spice mines of Kessel or smashed into who knows what.
Not to mention the Jedi.
Now wait a minute. Dune's got Jedi?
Yeah, man. Remember the old woman who put Paul's hand inside of a box?
Yeah, what was that for?
So she's the leader of this order of space witches, basically like early Jedi. So her order has been genetically manipulating people for generations to produce their chosen one, a messiah who can see the future and will help human beings evolve to the next evolutionary level.
Like the space baby?
Actually, yeah, like the space baby.
Oh.
And the hand in the box was...
Is my hand in that box?
And the hand in the box was the head witch seeing if Paul could stand the pain. Because if he could stand the pain, then he might be the chosen one.
Oh, okay, yeah, like Tyler Durden.
This is your pain. This is your burning hand. It's right here.
Exactly. So, Dune is set in the distant future, like 10,000 years. Human beings have killed all the computers and thinking machines, so now it's really hard for them to navigate faster than light jumps through space, until they discovered a rare mineral called spice.
Oh, is that like the Spice Girls? I love them.
No, more like a narcotic that makes your mind like hyper-aware. And in the whole universe, spice only exists in one place.
Where's that, Michigan?
No, a planet called Arrakis or Dune. Why would you say Michigan?
I don't know. I hear people talk about Michigan sometimes.
Well, anyway, so the Empire starts to harvest spice because when you take it, you're able to navigate through space. But it's also an addictive drug. But there's already this group of people who live on Dune called the Freemen, and they live underground and they use spice so much that their eyes have turned blue. Got it?
Blue-eyed desert junkies. Got it.
Right, so taking spice is kind of like, it makes you force sensitive. So the empire is divided up into great houses like the feudal era.
You mean feudal like it is feudal to resist, dog?
No, feudal like Game of Thrones. So there's this one house, Atredis, that people just love. They're the ones that are led by Poe Dameron. So the emperor puts them in charge of Arrakis, the wealthiest planet in the universe.
So the emperor must really like them.
No, he wants them destroyed because they're so popular that he's threatened by them, which is a pretty plastic move. See, this other family used to be in charge of Dune called the Harkonnens. That's Dave Bautista's family. So he had to kick them off the planet, and now they're super pissed about it. So the Harkonnens attack House Atreides and wipe out everyone with the Emperor's blessing.
So the bad guys win?
Well, everyone dies but Paul and his mom. See, Paul is special because his mom took spice when she was pregnant, so he's got spice like embedded in his DNA. And Paul has also been taught to fight by Jason Momoa and Josh Brolin.
Well then, if it's in space in the future, then why are they fighting with swords and stuff?
Because everyone has these force fields that can deflect bullets and lasers, but a knife can get right in there and cut you.
Oh, that's cute.
So Paul and his mom escape with the Jedi mind trick. And the Harkonnens are tracking them down.
So why's everybody got stuff up in their noses?
Because everybody has to wear these special suits that recycle your sweat and your pee, or else they'll die of dehydration.
That's not fair. I get in trouble when I want to drink pee.
So when they escape, they're helped by this woman who technically works for the Empire, but she's basically joined the Freemen. And she thinks that Paul might be the Freeman Messiah, who, according to prophecy, comes from off-world and will lead them in a universal jihad against their enemies. And Paul actually is that Messiah because the Force Witches have been going around for thousands of years manipulating local customs and seeding messianic myths.
I don't get it.
Basically, Paul is two messiahs in one.
Double Jesus?
Double Jesus. So this lady who helps them ends up getting eaten by a sandworm.
Oh, like the worms I got when I ate that diaper.
No. Sandworms are these enormous desert animals that live underground and they sense vibrations.
Like that movie Tremors?
Yes.
That's a good movie, but Kevin Bacon does not know how to use a hammer.
That's right. No, he didn't. So the Freemen are able to ride these sandworms with giant hooks.
Oh, like Avatar.
Yes, kind of like Avatar. So, about Paul's visions.
Yeah, Doug was confused by those visions.
So Paul has all these visions of Zendaya. She gives him a ceremonial knife and he fights a guy in the desert. But he also has visions of himself leading an army of freemen on Arrakis, and then of him and Zendaya being married and he becomes emperor and leads a galactic jihad. And he wants to not do this. See, he's not a violent person. And he's never killed anyone before.
'Cause he's a good guy?
Yes, he's a good guy. But they meet the Freeman and one of them says he wants to kill Paul's mom.
Why?
Reasons, doesn't matter. And Paul says that he will fight him instead. So he does and he wins, but he has to kill him.
Why?
Well, it's their law. In a duel, they have to kill the other person and they turn the guy into water to drink him.
Ew, that's gross.
Whatever, dude, I've seen you roll around in a dead bird.
Continue.
So Paul does kill the guy, which is the first death on his way to a jihad that, according to his visions, will kill billions of people.
Wait, if he kills that guy, why did he have visions of him helping him through the storm and all that stuff?
Well, because killing the guy is what starts him on the path toward his destiny, so the man's spirit is kind of like his guide on this journey.
So Dune is about a white Superman created by a eugenics program that propagates the white savior narrative?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, how did you know all that?
Well, I think I heard you say it.
I am pretty smart, aren't I?
So what happens next?
Well, you gotta watch Dune Part 2.
Oh, okay. Well, did they film them both at the same time, so it's gonna come out like in a few months?
Nope, 2 years.
Oh man, movie studios suck.
Yes, they do, Doug. Yes, they do. Well, that's just me explaining Dune to Doug, but if there's any other movies you'd like me to explain to him, let me know in the comments below or at me on Twitter. And if it's your first time here, be sure to subscribe and smash that bell. For ScreenCrush, I'm Ryan Airy.
That old boy Juggernaut sure made a mess. About like that Yankee general. Sure.